So my name is Fritz. I am co-founder and CEO here at Zipcan.
And I'm Spencer. I'm also a co-founder and the CPO at Zipcan.
So Zipcan's vision is to bring video chat to every corner of the web by making it easy to embed.
Zipcan is essentially a video chat platform, much like Zoom or Google Meet, except with one key difference. We make it super simple to embed the video chat experience within your own website or web application. For example, one of our customers who does this is a company who is selling one-to-one video chats with professional athletes right on their branded website. And another company is a virtual events company who is selling is using Zipcan to power their breakout room sessions right on their website as well. So we do this by allowing the video chat module to be highly configurable to your own use case. And we also have the ability to theme the video module so you can match it with the look and feel of your own website. And then we provide you a video or a small code snippet that you can embed on your website, and then once you publish your website, that video experience will manifest itself on the page.
So Zipcan is actually less than a year old. We were born during the pandemic time, but we already have 500 beta customers, and we have a few large enterprise customers that have some really compelling use cases. Zipcan is a team of 6. Spencer and I are here in Bend, but we have engineers in Atlanta and all the way to Italy. We both have a lot of experience in the space, actually. We've built video collaboration platforms before. I was co-founder and CEO of a company called BrandLive in Portland, and I grew the company from 0 to 50 employees, and we made the Inc. 500 with a 3-year growth rate over 1,200%. I ended up selling the business at the early 2020, right before COVID actually, and I moved to Bend, so it was awesome to get an exit, but honestly, I've had a fantastic time and just really loved living in Bend. Don't tell any of your friends, please.
I'm with you there, Fritz. So we believe that the trend with video conversations on the web is going to evolve into more owned and operated experiences, where brands are going to prefer to host the video conversation on their own website or web experiences where their users already are, instead of requiring their users to go elsewhere to download an application to have that video experience. And we know that brands put a premium on white-labeled web services, which is exactly what Zipcan's trying to do in the video space.
So, as Spencer mentioned, we're really leading the market with this focus on the technology that's required to make video calling very transportable. And so the first thing that we did was we launched a beta product, and we made that available to customers in a really simple and free way. Over 25% of our customers were embedding Zipcan into their website and starting a call immediately. This created kind of a light bulb moment for them where they could see the video call actually happening in their website. So we've actually created a demo on our site at zipcan.com/demo if you want to check that out. But with the market these days, so many people obviously are experiencing video conferencing and video chat in so many ways that companies are eager to find ways to put that video calling experience into where the customer touch point already is. The problem with that is the current way that you have to do that takes a lot of time. You have to deploy engineers to leverage APIs to build it yourself. Well, customers are kind of hesitant to do that because they don't view video as their core competency. They'd rather have their engineers working on other things. So for Zipcan customers, we found that they don't want to use tools like Zoom or Google Meet because their requirement is that the call take place in context within their website. They don't want to punch out to this third-party experience. And they don't want to start building it from scratch because it takes too much time and their engineers are busy on other projects. So we've taken to start a very broad market approach. We don't have one specific vertical that we're focused on. We have customers in the e-commerce category, for example. Telemedicine is a common use case. We have network and community websites that want to connect people inside of their platform. And we also have virtual event services that are utilizing us as an adjacent tool.
Yeah, so the platform has been in beta since about November or so, but we are actually looking to launch the full platform very soon. We would love your guys' feedback. Any of you guys or ladies who are managing a website that want to enable a video chat service to your customers or to your user base, you can log on to zipcan.com and or get a hold of Fritz. But we do have a wait list for early access to our MVP launch, which will be here in a few weeks. And we also have a demo on the site, as Fritz mentioned, which will give you an idea of exactly what embeddable video chat is all about.
So we have a few investors. We started raising a little bit of capital, and actually Cascade Seed Fund locally was our first investor. They invested in us in 2020 and have continued to support us. But fortunately, in 2021, we landed some big enterprise contracts, and so we don't need to raise additional capital right now, which is a great position to be. However, we're always looking for good talent. Obviously, we're in Bend. We did end up finding one other engineer that is here in Bend. We found him on the Bend.js Slack channel, so shout out to that if you guys are members there. And then Jesse, who's here in the back, is one of our advisors. He also was co-founder of a video company called Elemental Technologies in Portland and now lives here in Bend. But we'd love to have more people here in Bend with Spencer and I ultimately when we're back in an office. But if you know engineers anywhere around the globe, we can take that too. So we're ready for questions.
My first question is, how's the Riff Energy Plus Immunity Booyah Berry treating you?
It was the perfect arc that
All
Paul
right,
just
all
mentioned
right,
right
all
there.
right,
So,
all right, all right.
yeah, I'm a pretty mellow guy, as you can tell. So
Very good.
it takes a lot to get me.
Yeah, very good. Okay, very good. Love to hear it. So where did the idea for this come from? Was it really just like an organic thing, like, oh, everyone's on video, and wouldn't it be cool if? Or is there a unique story there?
Well, Spencer and I had worked together. He was also at Brand Live with me, and we had worked in and around this kind of space that was more of a live streaming product, so more like broadcast video, actually, kind of similar to cameras and big setups and stuff like that. We wanted something that was going to be a lot simpler and easy to use. Obviously, COVID created a huge demand for video collaboration and sort of demystified it for a lot of people, so it was a little bit of COVID momentum that helped us. But ultimately, Spencer and I are driven by creating products that connect humans. And video is obviously a fantastic way to connect humans. We want to put tools in people's hands that allow them to do that. So they can create net new products and net new things, like the company that sells one-to-one athlete chats. So you can buy a jersey, but now you can buy the jersey plus 1 minute with the athlete or 2 minutes with the athlete to have them sign it and say something cool and ask them a question. So that company obviously wouldn't go try to build this themselves, and we're putting the tools in their hands, that's the inspiring part for us.
That's very cool. Well, I'm not an engineer, but I'm very good on chat, so just keep me in mind. I know you're looking for good talent. Yes, Kevin.
Live chat, as those plugins, how big would you estimate that market to be? Do you see yourselves as the killer of that?
How big?
Text chat.
How big is the
Yeah.
live chat or text chat market? Do you consider yourselves like coming in to throw your weight around there?
Yeah, it is quite large. Obviously, as a customer support endpoint, with the rise of e-commerce, companies like Ben Soap and Riff, you guys can service so many customers utilizing text chat. In a lot of businesses, especially if it's a higher price point or some kind of larger questions, they're utilizing us to escalate. So we basically integrate with the chat platforms, not replace them. And so you can make that native to escalate to video, but once that video call starts to happen, you're still on the website. It doesn't feel as cumbersome as like, hey, I want to invite you to my Zoom meeting, or we're not setting up a meeting, we're just escalating to video. It's all in the same context.
It seems like there's probably an application for the medical field. Is that
Yes.
kind of next?
Well, yeah, our very first customer was actually a telemedicine company, and they actually kind of financed us out of the gate, and we built the vision of our platform was very much in line with what they needed. So we built for them and delivered, and actually their use case was to connect EMTs to doctors at real time, and they already had a platform that facilitated conversations, but they needed something that was more ad hoc on the fly. And so we built for them, and then we were able to kind of fork from there there and build out our platform.
It's
to our
amazing.
vision.
So cool. Yes, Jared.
First question, or two questions, I guess. What do you do to make sure it's secure? Obviously, that's a big concern about Zoom meetings, et cetera. And then also, if it's on an interface of like a website, can there be multiple people that are on the chat?
Okay, so we have two really great questions. The first one is, how do you keep it secure? The second one is, how do you put multiple people into the chat? Or is that a possibility? Is it just two people, or can you do multiples?
So first, on the security side, the short answer is it's technology, of course, just making sure that our platform and our delivery is secure as possible. That's one of the reasons we really enjoyed starting with the high demand of HIPAA. So we delivered our very first version of the product that was HIPAA compliant. The other question, which is how do you embed it on the website but yet make it a unique call? That's actually one of our pieces of IP that we have built. So you can embed Zipcan really across your entire website, and those are what we call video chat spaces. Then within that, they're extremely dynamic. You can make them very open so that anybody that has access to it would all come into the same room, and that's more of like a community use case where you want everybody to access and talk together. And then we have something called dynamic rooms, which means that with a really simple, like low-code version of our platform, you can dynamically create your own rooms, and that could be on a public website, but nobody else would have access to it unless they were invited to it, of course. So that's one of the special sauces.
Very
Hey, Shannon,
cool.
we have a question over here as well.
We'll take it.
Hey, I love the idea. What about recording?
Yeah, we do have a recording feature. It's somewhat in the works, along with a few other things of our platform, but it will be part of our launch coming up here. Yeah, it's essentially configurable before the video chat starts. So at this time, we don't have the ability to record on the fly, but chats can be recorded, and it is something that we're offering for our paid tiers.
We actually, I don't even think I've told Spencer this yet, but one of our beta customers that's like really hot and heavy to get our product is a product called Dispatch Justice. They wanted to make sure that the video recorded as soon as the room was opened. Essentially what they are selling is you sign up for it ahead of time, you just bookmark it on your phone, it's not an app or anything. And if you get pulled over and you want to have a lawyer immediately available for you, or you want to start recording what's happening when you get pulled over, they open Zipcan, it starts recording right away, and as soon as you open that room, it sends a text message to a lawyer, and they can start to get on video call with you.
Wow.
So.
That's awesome, Fritz.
Yeah, Spencer doesn't even know that yet.
Glad we won that one. Glad that deal.
Spencer is sweating wildly now. Yeah, he just got really excited.
I gotta get in front of the computer and start figuring this out.
Wow, that is wild. Okay,
One more
Aaron.
in the theater.
Oh, one more in the theater. Let's go.
Hi there. Thanks for sharing your story. This is a really interesting company. And it sounds like you guys have a lot of good uses and have found a lot of good customers. What about the concept of Zoom fatigue? And are you guys doing anything to offer, I don't know, some level of relief from that, or to make people want to continue Zooming when many of us are so tired of living in this virtual world? How do we connect better, and does your platform provide that?
Well, one of the first things that just vision-wise and strategically, we say Zipcan is all about conversations. We're not a meetings platform. So we don't intend to replace Zoom for all of the meetings and conferencing and stuff like that. And that's actually a huge part of the fatigue that you're seeing. When you jump into a video conference, there's lots of people there. You end up talking for longer than you anticipated, going on 45 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. That's when you get Zoom fatigue. Zipcan is almost all of our calls are like 15 minutes to 30 minutes at the most. So we intend to be a conversational tool that's quick to open and quick to close. So that will be one thing. And Spencer is an amazing designer. You'll see that when you come to our website. But the UI of our platform is really clean and really simple. And that also helps just on the eyes to make it something that you're not just,
Hopefully you're not overwhelmed.
Easier on the eyes, yes.
Easier on the eyes. Well, I appreciate that you thought of that because it is a real thing. Aaron, what's different about building a startup this time around?
Well, I thought it would be faster, but this has been really fast. My first company, it was about 2 years to get to the point where we did about 6 months ago. So it has been actually quite a bit faster, but you feel like it wants to go faster. So one of my friends told me, or I heard this a long time ago, that like you just can't speed up a pregnancy. It just is going to be what it is going to be. And so when you're creating a new company, when you're birthing a new company, it just is what it's going to be. It's going to take a long time. And so usually they end up being multi-year journeys. I have really enjoyed actually the remote aspect, and being able to live in Bend has been awesome. And having a small team. We also are very engineer focused. I'm actually the only sort of real customer facing person. Everybody else on the team is an engineer, and it was the opposite at my last company. We had fewer engineers and lots of go-to-market sales.
Wonderful. Okay, I've got one more. I'm going to go with Roger.
You don't get the luxury of slides, but where do you think you're going to be at 3 to 5 years revenue?
Where do you think you'll be 3 to 5 years from a revenue perspective?
Well, having fast growth rates is awesome. So hopefully it's thousands of % higher than we are right now. And we're at a point that we're 6 people and self-sustaining our salaries and all of our expenses. So yeah, 5 years, it should be hopefully pushing 10 million or more.
Listen, you keep taking that slow
No, I know.
roll and energy drink every afternoon. Can I take one more?
I see a
Yeah,
fridge
okay.
stock for that stuff.
Bobby, or do you want to go from the online? Okay, Bobby.
How are the virtual backgrounds?
How are the virtual backgrounds? All right.
We've been pushing for virtual backgrounds, but we don't have them yet. But that is, yeah, we're part of the Zoom fatigue thing question. Well, why don't you answer this one? 'Cause you're
Well, I'm curious to know what you would prefer.
We're-
Yeah.
we-
Do you
yeah,
prefer
we're-
tropical, or I mean, like, what's
riff? We're going to automatically make every background say riff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a brilliant
Sponsored,
business model. I
yeah,
just thought of.
sponsored backgrounds.
Sponsored backgrounds for
Oh
free.
my God.
Can we shut off the video feed?
Boom! Yes.
Wow.
Can
Wow,
we make a deal
well-
right now? I'll make every background virtually riff.
Wow.
20 grand
Okay,
a month.
this is really getting
Starting
wild.
there.
Okay, so
Ben Soap, you got it.
Ben Soap, you're in. My face, maybe? I don't know. We could do whatever. All right, so you guys, this is awesome. And I think you can tell the audience is really intrigued, and I hope we hear from you again soon. And thank you so much. This is awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it.